Hello! Welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes in pronunciation. So let's get started. Today we're going to learn how to pronounce all of these words correctly. They can be very confusing. Let's get started. First, let's look at these two words, because these two words are pronounced exactly the same. Sweet and sweet. In both words, we use the long E sound like in green beans. The top and the bottom of the mouth are very close together. E, E, sweet, sweet. And the T is a stop T, sweet. I do not say sweet. I stop the air with my tongue and make a stop T, sweet, sweet. These words are pronounced exactly the same. First, let's practice with this word. This is sweet. It's an adjective. It means it tastes like sugar. Example, these are chocolate chip cookies. They're very sweet. They're really sweet. They are so sweet. But I say they're too sweet. That means I don't like them. Chocolate chip cookies are too sweet for me. I don't like them. They have too much sugar. They're too sweet. Let's practice. What do you think? Do you like chocolate chip cookies, or are they too sweet for you? Very good. And you can use the adjective sweet to talk about a person. If a person is very nice, you can say the person is sweet. This person likes to do nice things for other people, or say nice things about other people. This person is sweet. Example, she's a very nice person. She helps people. She says nice things about other people. She's so sweet. Let's practice. What do you think? Do you think she's sweet? Me too. I think she's sweet too. And this word sweet, pronounced exactly the same, has two different meanings. One is to talk about a hotel room. A big hotel room, a nice hotel room, can be called a suite. We use the article a because it's one and it's countable. A suite. If you go to a hotel and you want a big, nice room, you can ask, do you have a suite available? Or do you have any suites available? Because it's countable. You can say a suite or suites. Example, they're staying in a suite. They're staying in a big suite. They're staying in a nice suite. It's their vacation and they're staying in a suite. We use the preposition in. They're staying in a nice suite. Let's practice. They're staying in a hotel on their vacation. Are they staying in a nice suite? That's right, they're staying in a nice suite. And we use suite when you talk about an office. You have a big office building and there are many different offices inside the building, and they all have a different number. That number is called the suite number. This office is in suite 200. You can say suite number 200 or just suite 200. It's more common. Their office is in suite 200. I have an appointment and I need to go to this office. The office suite is 200. The office is in suite 200. Let's practice. Where is the office? That's right. The office is in suite 200. Now let's look at this word. This word is not pronounced sweet. This word is pronounced suit. Suit. We use the long oo sound like moon and food. Oo. Together, sue. Suit. Again, the T is a stop T. Don't say suit. It's suit. Stop the air with your tongue and make a stop T. Suit. This is a suit. The man is wearing a suit. You can say he's wearing a business suit or just he's wearing a suit. It's a jacket, a tie usually, and nice pants. He's wearing a suit. He has to wear a suit to work. He has to wear a suit to work because they have a dress code at his office. He has to wear a suit to work. Let's practice. Does he have to wear a suit to work? That's right. He has to wear a suit to work because they have a dress code. Or if it's for a woman, there's a jacket, nice pants, a nice shirt. That's a suit. She's wearing a suit also. She has to wear a suit to work also because they have a dress code at her office too. So she has to wear a suit to work. Let's practice. Does she have to wear a suit to work? That's right. She has to wear a suit to work. They have a dress code. Another common example of suit is this: a bathing suit. You can say a bathing suit, a swimsuit, or a swimming suit. I think the most common is bathing suit or swimsuit, but they're all correct. So swimsuit, it's one word. She's wearing a swimsuit. Or I can say she's wearing a bathing suit. Pronunciation for bathing. Use the long A like day and pay, bay. The TH makes a voiced sound, th, like in this and that. Bathe, bathing, a bathing suit. She's wearing a bathing suit. Or I can say she's wearing a swimming suit. But I prefer swimsuit or bathing suit. I think they're more common. And it's the same for a man or a boy. This is also called a swimsuit or a bathing suit. Example, she's wearing a bathing suit and she's ready to go swimming. Let's practice. Is she ready to go swimming? That's right, she's ready to go swimming. Is she wearing a bathing suit? That's right, she's wearing a bathing suit. Or I can say she's wearing a swimsuit. Let's practice. Is she wearing a swimsuit? That's right, she's wearing a swimsuit. She's ready to go swimming. Now let's talk about this word. This word is not pronounced sweet. This word is pronounced sweat. Sweat. Use the short sound like in bed and 10. It's a short sound. Don't make it long. Don't say a. It's just sweat. Again, the T is a stop T, so you stop the air. Sweat. Don't say sweat. Use a stop T. Say sweat. Sweat is a noun and it's a verb. If I use the noun, I say he has a lot of sweat on his forehead. And if I use the verb, I say he sweats. He sweats a lot when he exercises. This is a routine. I use the simple action sweat. I add S because it's he sweats. Don't use a stop T when you add an S to the word. He sweats a lot. He sweats a lot when he exercises. Let's practice. Does he sweat a lot when he exercises? That's right. He sweats a lot when he exercises. If I change the verb sweat with ing, then the T changes to a fast D and you hear sweating, sweating, sweating. It sounds like wedding, sweating, wedding. It's a fast D because the T is between vowels. He's sweating a lot because he's exercising. In the moment, I use the continuous action. He's sweating a lot because he's exercising. Let's practice. Why is he sweating a lot? That's right. He's sweating a lot because he's exercising. So the most common pronunciation of sweating is sweating like wedding. But there's also another pronunciation you might hear. Some people say sweatin', sweatin'. Here you take the T, you make a stop T, sweat, and then you fall to the N, sweatin', sweatin'. He's sweating a lot. We're pronouncing this similar to words like kitten and button. In these words also you make a stop T and fall to the N. Kitten, button. And sometimes people will pronounce this word sweatin', sweatin'. But the more common pronunciation is sweating. But you might hear both. Now let's talk about this word. This word is suede. Suede. Not Swede, not suede, but suede. Using the long A like day and say. Suede. Suede is a material. It's similar to leather, but it's different. It comes from animal skin, but it's the inside part of the animal skin. It's not smooth like leather. It's a little different. This is suede. She's wearing a suede jacket. When you say suede jacket, you see that after suede you have a consonant. So that's when you hear that stop D. Suede jacket. Link the words. She's wearing a brown suede jacket. And what are those things on her jacket? Those things are called fringes. You can say fringe or you can say fringes. People use it both in the singular and the plural. Those little things hanging off her jacket, off her sleeve, those little things look like strings hanging. Those are called fringes. So she's wearing a brown suede jacket with fringes. Let's practice. Is she wearing a suede jacket? That's right, she's wearing a suede jacket. Is she wearing a brown suede jacket with fringes? That's right, she's wearing a brown suede jacket with fringes. So remember all the different pronunciations. First, sweet and sweet. These words are pronounced exactly the same. But this word is suit. And a man can wear a suit or a lady can wear a suit. They're both called suits. In both cases, we say a suit. Or you can talk about a bathing suit, a swimsuit, or a swimming suit. But the most common are bathing suit and swimsuit. And this word is sweat. In the continuous form, sweating. Sweating, or sometimes you might hear sweatin'. Sweating is the more common pronunciation. And this word is suede. It has the long A sound. Suede. Today we're practicing with these two words, contribute and contribution. The pronunciation is a little different, so let's get started. With the verb, we say contribute. We put the stress on the second syllable. Contribute. Contribute. The first syllable is not stressed, so we make the short sound. Contribute. Then for the second syllable, we have TR, and TR makes the ch sound like chicken, plus the R together, contri. The I after TR is a short I, so we make the sound I like this is. Together, contribute. Remember, the BU is not boo, it's not contribute, it's contribute. Make the U sound. Contribute. With the T at the end, after the vowel, you can use a stop T, contribute, and just stop the air without releasing the T, or you can release the T. Contribute. But the stop T is more natural and more common. Contribute. Just stop the air with the tongue and don't release the T. Contribute. Remember to put the stress on the second syllable. Contribute.
Besides, I want you to do something to contribute to the spirit of Christmas.
That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse.
Your mother and I will be glad to contribute the balance for Harvard.
Example, he wants to contribute to the organization. And if I change the verb to the past, contributed. He contributed to the organization. We see with contributed, the T before the ED is between vowels, so it's a fast D. We don't say contributed, we say contributed. He contributed to the organization.
His old man even contributed money to my campaign.
Well, I contributed to your campaign.
And none of us contributed anything new.
Now let's look at this word. This word is contribution. We changed the stress to the first and third syllable. Contribution. The first and third syllable. Stress the first and third syllable. Contribution. And because we stress the first syllable, the sound changes. It's not kun, it's not the short sound, it's con. We use the short ah sound like hot and stop. Contribution. The other vowels stay the same. Tri and bu. But the stress is different. Contribution. We see at the end with T-I-O-N, you hear the sound sh, like she and shoe. Contribution.
My contribution to the world.
This panel recognizes the IMF's contribution to global security.
His contribution was small, but they appreciated his contribution. Contribution is a noun. Again, his contribution was small, but they appreciated his contribution. Let's practice. Does he want to contribute to the organization? That's right. He wants to contribute to the organization. Let's practice in the past. Did he contribute to the organization today? That's right. He contributed to the organization today. Was his contribution large or small? That's right. His contribution was small. But did they appreciate his contribution? That's right. They appreciated his contribution. So remember the pronunciation of these words. The verb in the present, contribute. In the past, contributed. And contribution. First, don't say this word. Why not? It's a real word. But it's really long, and it's difficult to pronounce. And we have an easier way of saying it. First, let's look at the word carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Some people say carbohydrates. Some people say carbohydrates. The DR is pronounced with the j sound, plus the R together, jr. Carbohydrates. It's a very long word. You're talking about food made from flour. Bread, cake, pasta, things like that. So what do you say instead of carbohydrates? Say carbs. It's much easier and it's more common. Carbs. The AR makes the R sound like car and far. The S makes a Z sound like zebra. Make the vibration. Z, carbs, carbs. They say carbs are bad for you because if you have too many carbs, it turns into sugar in your body, and sugar is not good for you. So people are trying not to eat so many carbs. Example, you can have a sandwich or you can have a wrap. A wrap is basically the same thing as a sandwich, but there's no bread. You use a flour tortilla instead of bread. Why? Because it has fewer carbs. So example, a sandwich has more carbs than a wrap. A wrap can have the same ingredients as a sandwich, and it normally does, but there's no bread, you use a flour tortilla because it has fewer carbs. So 2 examples. A sandwich has more carbs than a wrap, and a wrap has fewer carbs than a sandwich. So in America, a lot of people prefer a wrap because it has fewer carbs. Let's practice. Does a sandwich have more carbs than a wrap? That's right, a sandwich has more carbs than a wrap. Let's practice. Does a wrap have fewer carbs than a sandwich? That's right, a wrap has fewer carbs than a sandwich. It's healthier. It's better for you. So remember, you don't have to struggle trying to pronounce this long, difficult word, carbohydrates. You can just say carbs. It's more common and it's easier. Today we're practicing with these 2 words, distribute and distribution. The pronunciations are a little different, so let's get started. First, let's look at the verb distribute. We put the stress on the second syllable. Distribute. Pronunciation. The first syllable is the short I, the sound I, like this is, dis, dis. Then we have the TR together. The TR makes the ch sound like chicken, plus the the R sound together, tr, tri, distri. The second I is the short I, like this is, distri. Putting the stress on the second syllable. Distribute. We see the BU together making the sound bew. Not boo, but bew. Distribute. Distribute. With the T at the end, after the vowel, you can make a stop T sound. Distribute. You don't have to release the T. You can say distribute, but you don't have to. You can make a stop T and say distribute. It's more natural. It's more common. Distribute. If I change the action, distribute, to the past, we have distributed. When we add ed, the T at the end is between vowels, so it's a fast D. Not distributed, but distributed. Distributed. Put the stress on the second syllable only. Distributed. Together, distributed.
George Young, you stand accused of possession of 660 pounds of marijuana with intent to distribute.
But look, I'll just throw a couple brackets under there to distribute the weight more evenly.
Well, we're only here to distribute the water, but hey, I got good news.
Now let's look at this word. This word is distribution. We move the stress to the first and third syllables. The first syllable, dis. Distribution. And the stress on the third syllable too, with bu. Distribution. Stress on the first and third syllable. And remember, it's not distribution, it's distribution. Make that u sound after the b. Distribution. This is a distribution center. You can call it a warehouse, or you can call it a distribution center. Example, they distribute their products from the distribution center. We see both words. They distribute their products, with a stress on the second syllable, distribute. They distribute their products from the distribution center. Distribution with a stress on the first and third syllable. Distribution. Again, they distribute their products from the distribution center. Let's practice. Do they distribute their products from the distribution center? That's right. They distribute their products from the distribution center. Let's practice in past. Today, they distributed a lot of products. Let's practice. Did they distribute a lot of products today? That's right. They distributed a lot of products today. So remember the pronunciation. The verb in the present, distribute. In the past, distributed. And distribution. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.